Even though it seems like everybody got exactly what they wanted from the Luke Skywalker cameo at the end of Mandalorian Season 2, there is still plenty of complaints and people wondering why didn't they just use deepfakes to give us Luke Skywalker? Well, now we have some details. We've all been wondering why exactly did Mandalorian go the way they decided to go when it came to Luke Skywalker, because there's been plenty of people online showing us just how much better a deepfake could look as opposed to a CG render, which is what they used to de-age Mark Hamill. And recently, the actual visual effects artist and the supervisor of Mandalorian talked a little bit about this, and he said that when it came to this, it was important that when they were doing this, that they brought the actor there, and then that people had jobs to do and that these jobs were supplied. And it wasn't just one person coming up with the decision, it's obviously a whole team. From Peyton Reed, who made this a possibility and wanted to do it, and then they got Mark Hamill in there. And one of the things they talked about was the fact that people were like, well, why don't you just bring in a double and then just deep fake it? And that wasn't the point, because then you obviously know you would have people on the other side of it. Had we found out, oh, it's just Sebastian Stan and they CG'd Luke's face on him, then people would just say, but Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill, he's out there. You guys already have de-aging CG, so why didn't you use that? So I think this was a no-win situation for half the fandom, and I think in time, ever since that passed, people have sort of accepted what it is, and yes, it's not as great as it could have been, because they work at a more constrained time, and also budget, but you get the sense in reading these interviews and the follow-ups that they did the best they could with what they had, and of course bringing in Mark Hamill was like the icing on the cake, and ultimately that's the way they wanted to approach it from the start. Even though some people did bring it up, hey, we can do this in deepfakes, they didn't want to, and Mark also wanted to be involved and be there so it could be authentic, and it's him being proud of bringing a younger Luke Skywalker back to life for fans. So I think ultimately the best decision was made. I don't think many people will continue to complain about it. I mean, you know, people will, obviously, but take what we got, which was awesome, and I guess live with that because it looked great in my opinion. A little uncanny, yes, but at least we know that it took tons of people getting paid and having jobs to bring it to life instead of just having a computer do it up and toss it up on there and nobody gets paid or makes a living from it.